Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Megan of Tarot by Megan, and this reading is for fire signs for the month of May 2020. So if you are a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius, you are in the right place. And you can be sun, moon, or rising as well. So let's take a look at your dates ahead. We are in Taurus season, which began on the 19th of April. And most of May is in Taurus season, but we hit Gemini season on the 20th of May. And Taurus is ruled by Earth and Gemini is ruled by air. So the important dates for this month. The first one coming in, we have the full moon in Scorpio on the 7th, which this is going to really amplify temptation. So you want to be really cautious around this time and avoid risky or unsafe situations during the full moon in Scorpio. Again, that's on the 7th of May, and usually full moons, you feel them for a couple days before and after the actual event, so keep that in mind as well. Then we have on the 10th of May, it is Mother's Day in the US, and it's also when Saturn begins to go retrograde. We have 3 planets in retrograde this month that all begin this month. So we have Saturn starting on the 10th, which is it's going to be a really useful time to review your responsibilities in life or things that are more difficult or more challenging. This is going to be a good time to reflect and look back on those things. Then on the 13th, we have Venus going retrograde. This is going to be a 40-day retrograde, and this is not a good time to start new relationships, either in love or in business partnerships. So keep that in mind. That's starting on the 13th, and then on the 14th, we have Jupiter going retrograde, which is going to be a 4-month-long retrograde, and this is going to lend to soul searching about our talents and desires for success. All right, Jupiter is the planet of luck also. And then on the 20th, we have Gemini season beginning. Again, we switch from Taurus season, which is ruled by Earth, to Gemini, which is ruled by air. And then we have the new moon in Gemini on the 22nd, and this is a favorable time to start something new regarding a project or work or career related, just not a relationship. And then on the 23rd, I will be hosting my Akashic Records Level 2 class, my Learning the Akashic Records class. All you have to do to take that class is have taken my Level 1 class, which is called Journey to the Akashic Records and is available for purchase on my website, tarotbymegan.com. So, and you can do my Journey to the Akashic Records Level 1 class anytime, and then you can join us at the end of the month, or join me and all the other people that are going to be doing it on Saturday the 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. And in my Level 2 class, this is where I teach you how to read the records for yourself and for others. In my Journey to the Akashic Records class, I teach you and I show you how to go to the Akashic Records in guided meditation. So in Level 2, I teach you how to use the pathway prayer to access the records for yourself and for others and begin reading them for yourself in a conscious environment. So that's the Level 2 class. Again, that is May 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. And then on the 25th of May, we have Memorial Day in the U.S., and then we have my Level 3 Akashic Records class, Mastering the Akashic Records, on the 26th of May from 7 to 9 p.m. And all of these classes are via Zoom right now, except for my Level 1, the Journey to the Akashic Records, is in a secret Facebook group. It's a video, so all you have to do once you pay, I request to be your friend on Facebook, and then I add you to the group. All right, fire signs. Let's take a look at your May 2020. Remember, this is a general reading for all Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So take what resonates and leave the rest. fire signs as we take a look at your May ahead. All right, fire. Your first card of the month is the Eight of Pentacles, followed by the Knight of Wands, followed by the Knight of Cups, followed by the Ten of Pentacles, into the High Priestess, into Temperance, and into the King of Swords, and finishing the month off with the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, my fire signs. Taking a look at this month ahead, you have some big themes coming in. You have some major arcana around the middle of the month. You also have a lot of pentacles this month. So money, finances, wealth, abundance, prosperity could all very well be themes for you this month in in different ways. So let's take a look. The first month we have, or the first week we have the Eight of Pentacles, or coins, depending on which deck that you're using, but the Rider-Waite calls them pentacles. So, so for you, my fire signs, I feel like you're going to be coming into May 2020 feeling very focused, feeling very diligent, working at something, working towards something. I feel like this, for most fire signs, is going to be in the area of work and career, or how you create material wealth in your world, like really focusing on that. And whether that could be, you know, creating new wealth and abundance in your life, or that could be working on things that will bring wealth and abundance into your life, like even doing your taxes, like if you need to file that right now, and you're getting a return, it's just things that are really going to be bringing you more financial stability is what your focus is going to be in the beginning of the month. With the Knight of Wands right behind that, I'm hearing that there's also a lot of energy and momentum around wanting to, or a desire to keep creating or to keep expressing your abilities to create. Sometimes I'm hearing for you fire signs, there might be a little frustration for some around that, like you can't quite get the idea off the way that you would like it to, or the way that you think that you would like it to, but I'm hearing that there's a stalling, or a bit of stalling on purpose. It's just the universe saying, like, don't worry, like it's just not quite time yet, but don't stop working, or there's still going to be momentum around it. It might just feel a little displaced, or maybe you're uncertain of how things are taking shape. But what I'm hearing for you fire signs is don't give up, keep going, even if you get a little bit discouraged. And also keep in mind that on the 6th of the month, that Mars is going to be entering Pisces, and Mars is the planet of action, and it's very uncomfortable in Pisces. So that could be where the discomfort is coming at the end of the beginning of the first week for you fire signs. It could be that Mars in Pisces energy, where you're just feeling a little bit frustrated, like you can't get what you would like, or get the momentum that you would like. So just understand that everything has divine timing, and everything will unfold when it's supposed to. Okay, the beginning of the second week for you fire signs, we have the Knight of Cups. It's interesting, you go right from the Knight of Wands into the Knight of Cups, the beginning of the second week fire signs. And I feel like you're going to be in, or you might find yourself in a situation, or in a more vulnerable space or energy, which might be also a little bit uncomfortable for you fire signs. Sometimes the emotion, or being in the emotion, is a bit difficult for fire signs, but I'm hearing that this beginning of the second week, there's going to be quite the opening of vulnerability for you fire signs to get really deep within yourself, and to really, the word that is coming forward that I keep hearing is noble. So being really noble for yourself, being noble in your ventures, remembering that this is kind of a sensitive time on the planet, and sometimes as a fire sign we can be, I say we because I am a triple fire sign, so I completely identify. Sometimes we can be a little bit detached from the emotional side of things, and what's coming in the beginning of the second week is, with the Knight of Cups there, it's just asking that you be more vulnerable and a little bit more sensitive, even with yourself and with others, the beginning of the second week, okay? And so then the end of the second week, we have the Ten of Pentacles, fire signs. This is a great sign. I feel like whatever you've been focusing on, or even if you haven't been focusing on it as far as work or things like that, there is a potential for wealth to be amassed at the end of the second week for you fire signs. So keep that in mind, that there's going to be a substantial window of financial opportunity and gain potentially opening for you at the end of the second week. So just be really welcoming, be open to receive, and receive graciously. And if you can, then the wonderful thing about the Ten of Pentacles is that it usually means abundance and prosperity. So if you can, fire signs, share. So that is the end of the second week for you fire signs. The beginning of the third week, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is telling me for you fire signs that there's going to be a great opening of intuitive expansiveness for you. So for, all fire signs, or anyone identifying as fire signs, there's going to be a really big opening that beginning of the third week, concerning your intuition, or like you really might have very heightened awareness at this time, and to just really trust that and to embrace it, and to allow yourself to really embody it. And I'm hearing there's nothing to be afraid of. It's just you really opening more to yourself. What I was talking about in the beginning of the second week with the Knight of Cups, asking for more vulnerability and sensitivity. I feel like the beginning of the third week is going to really start to open that for you fire signs with the High Priestess there. So if you are having prophetic dreams, or if you're getting visions, or if your intuition, your gut instincts are really strong, really listen to them. I feel like that's also too the very important message here for you fire signs, is to listen to those instincts, those promptings from that inner voice within you, and not to discard, but to really take those into consideration. Because the end of the second week, this is a very big week for you fire signs, the third week of May. So, because you have the High Priestess at the beginning, and then you have Temperance at the end, and those are both major arcana cards. They're both embodied in this third week for you fire signs. So it's like a lot of big themes, this big archetypal themes are happening for you here with the High Priestess, which is all about the intuition, and Temperance is all about creating balance. Another way to look at Temperance is about alchemy, and this kind of shift and transformation and the ebb and the flow, because it's more than balance. Like balance is justice as well. It's like the actual scales, the physical balance, and and this reality, where Temperance is really about the balance of nature, the balance that man does not control. This is about really feeling the essence of your divinity mixed with your humanity. So This might be a time for you to, in that creation or that alchemy of balance in your reality on the end of the third week. It could really be stemming from that end of the second week with the Ten of Pentacles there, with what I was saying about if you can give. With Temperance, that might actually be like, I keep hearing like a humanitarian thing. You might actually be able to substantially give or really help someone or something, some organization, some energy, some entity out at the end of that third week. And that beginning with the High Priestess earlier that week, we really might have a hit or know which direction you want to go with that by the end of the week. Okay, now we have the King of Swords, the beginning of the fourth week for you, fire signs. The King of Swords is asking you to really, anything challenging that might be coming up this week, to really face head on. This isn't a week to, or this isn't a time around the King of Swords to like bury your head in the sand. You know, this is a time to really stand into and to face opposition, but with a clear head and a clear heart, and really also having compassion for the other point of view. Because what's so interesting that I've actually haven't noticed before behind the King of Swords in this card, that's really standing out to me, like I said, I've never noticed this before, is that there's a bunch of butterflies behind him in his throne here. So this is really a card, if you can face things, there's a substantial amount of transformation and release that is available for you the beginning of the fourth week, fire signs. Okay, and then to close out the month, we have the Seven of Coins, or the Seven of Pentacles for you, fire signs. And what I'm hearing is this message for you of like, you have worked really hard this month, or even, you know, the months leading up to this. You've come into the month with a lot of focus, and just like with the Eight of Pentacles, you're starting off the month with the Eight of Pentacles, you're ending the month with the Seven of Pentacles. So it's almost like taking just a little bit of a step back, but in a way where you can surrender. Like you have been putting so much focus on it, you might have to kind of just take a step back and regroup a little bit, and just give yourself a little bit of a break, and trust that these wheels that you've put into motion will produce without you having to micromanage it all the time. But I do feel like this is something that is work and career, money, finance related for you at the end of the month, but kind of like taking some time to regroup a little bit, or to take a new perspective on things, and to take a step back, and just to give yourself a bit of a rest and some rejuvenation, and to allow the things that you have put in place some time to grow and to develop and to blossom a bit, okay? And that is the end of the month with the Eight of Pentacles for you, fire signs. Okay, so just taking a quick look back, we have the Eight of Pentacles starting this month off. You're coming in really detail-oriented, very vigilant, fire signs, really going for it, working, focused, staying focused on something. The beginning of the month probably related to the material world, career, money, wealth, and abundance. And then we have the Knight of Wands ending the first week for you, fire signs, which, like, that's what I was talking about, this frustration. You might feel a little bit of frustration, but really just, you know, keep the momentum going, even if you don't quite see the results that you would like yet. And then we have the Knight of Cups for you, fire signs, the beginning of the second week. And this is about being sensitive, and to yourself and to others, and to having compassion, and really moving with this sense of understanding the emotional importance of the world right now, basically. The Knight of Cups is asking the fire signs to be humble at this time and to enter with just a little bit more finesse. Okay, so then we have the end of the second week. We have the Ten of Pentacles, which is all about extreme wealth and abundance, attracting prosperity. But because it is coming in the Ten of Pentacles, it is something that you have been working on for a while, or something that you've been waiting on. This could also be an inheritance for some of you coming through in the middle of May. Because it's like this idea of like something that's really been focused on, or something that's gone like spanned some time here, taking some time to develop, that's really paying off. So like it could be someone's life work, you know, and it could be your own life work. So there's many different ways that could unfold in the Ten of Pentacles for fire signs at the end of the second week of May. The beginning of the third week, we have the High Priestess, and she's all about the intuition, and the intuition being opened and accessing yourself. This is a really great time, fire signs, if you are attracted to the Akashic Records, to work in the records, because the mysticism is high when the High Priestess is around. So you have her for the beginning of the third week. And remember, my journey to the Akashic Records, you can do through Facebook. All you have to do is go and purchase it on my website at tarotbymegan.com. And then you can jump into level 2 on the 23rd, which is going to be done via Zoom from 5 to 7 p.m. And that's on Saturday the 23rd. And then you can do the third level, Mastering the Akashic Records, on the 26th from 7 to 9 p.m. And that's a Tuesday. And all times are Pacific Standard Time. Okay, and then you have Temperance at the end of the third week, which is about that universal balance, and like realizing the things that you can't control. There's a lot of surrender that's coming in for you this month, fire signs, and Temperance is really reminding you of that universal balance, the balance between nature and humanity, basically. So then the beginning of the fourth week, we have the King of Swords, and this is all about facing your challenges head on, which will create a metamorphosis, a transformation, a grand one, I'm hearing, fire signs. So really face anything that comes in that time head on, whether it be responsibilities, whether it's work-related things, it could be family-related things, but whatever challenges that come forward for you the beginning of the fourth week, fire signs, just face it. And then at the end of the month, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And I just keep hearing for you, fire signs, take a little bit of break. Take a break. Trust in the things that you've built. Step back a little bit. This also has to do with that surrender from the King of Swords that I was just talking about at the beginning of the week. So I think that's going to continue for you into the end of the month. And that is how you're closing off your May 2020. So I just want to pull a goddess card for you, fire signs, for your month of May 2020 as some just general guidance. So your goddess this month, fire signs, is Butterfly Maiden Transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. And I think that, I mean, the King of Swords right here, when I was talking about the butterflies behind him and his throne, and it's being the first time that I've ever seen that before for you, fire signs. The goddesses have spoken as well. Great transformation is available for you this month, like really, really, really deep, great transformation. So I hope you enjoyed this general reading for fire signs for the month of May 2020. if you would like to book a one-on-one session with me and get one of these readings for yourself, you can do that at my website at tarotbymegan.com through the book an appointment feature. And if you would like to go deeper into more video readings, I have exclusive content available on Patreon, and there I have readings by astrological sign, and I also do a past, present, and future reading for every astrological season. So I have the link in the comments below to my Patreon and to my website. If you would like to do any Akashic Records classes, those are also available at my website as well. Again, that's tarotbymegan.com. And thank you, fire signs, for joining me this month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.